back to another video. So today I am filming a much requested video. And as you can see, I am just going to take you around my office. I'm also going to share some of my organization and storage, things that I use to keep my pencils, my supplies, and all of that. And as always, in the description box down below, I will have everything down there that I am able to link. Some of the things that I have here in my art studio slash filming studio. Some of them I'll be able to find links for. Some of them I got in other random places. So if there's something that I show you that you like in this video, go ahead and check down there. Or if you don't see it down there in the description box, feel free to leave a comment and ask me. So let's go ahead and get started. So this is where I sit to film all my videos. I'm filming with my phone, and so I don't have a tripod or anything, so it may be a little bit shaky. If it is, I apologize, but I'm going to be walking around and just showing you some of the different things here in my filming space slash art studio, whatever you'd want to call it. That's where I film my videos. I've got my big box light right over there. And then I have my microphone right there. And then you can see the camera that I use. And then I've got another light up there that I use every once in a while if I don't have enough lighting. But as you can see, I have a window right there that is really, really helpful to me because it really helps when I'm filming and it allows me to have more light. Just recently, I also purchased this light up here on the ceiling. That's a white LED light, and that helps me also with filming and having enough lighting. So let's go ahead and start over here, and I'll just show you some of the things I've got over in this area. But I've got my cute little mermaids up here. I absolutely love them. I just got these very recently in Hobby Lobby, and you could probably tell that I'm a little obsessed with mermaids, and that is the entire decor or theme all throughout this entire space. So right here, I have, actually these are all just some things that I was using, and so they're really not put away. I just worked on cleaning up this entire office, organizing, putting everything away, and this is just so exciting for me to finally be able to film this video because this video has been requested for so long. So I do have this extra little light right here, and this is the light that I use when I'm coloring. And this was the original one that I always used, and I got this on Amazon. But I really like this light right here because it's extremely convenient. I'll show you right over here how it clips to the desk very, very easily. And it gives me a lot more room to be able to connect all of the other things I have to connect here. But for those of you that are coloring and you want a light that is going to work really well but not take up too much space, it's really convenient because you just tap it on like this. And then if I hold it down like this, it will go brighter. I don't know if y'all can see that. And then it will go dimmer. So it's just like the tap of a finger and it goes on. And then I just have this space here to color. Every once in a while, I'll turn that one on while I'm filming as well, but not too often. And then it's so convenient because I just can put it right back up just like that, and I could adjust it however I want or however it's most convenient for me. If I've got a coloring page here, it's really cool because I could take this and it actually moves back and forth or wherever you want it. So if I'm trying to really focus in on something that's on a coloring page, I can just move it. I could move it closer. I could do whatever I want with it. I love that light. And here is where I store all of my Crayola super tips. I love my Crayola super tips, and as you can tell, or probably can tell, I am a little addicted to pens, not just pencils. I have a little bit of an obsession with pens, and I feel like I just have to have them all. Oh, how exciting is that? Look who just pulled up. It's the Amazon guy. I had to show you all that, because y'all know how much we love when we get our Amazon deliveries. And of course, my Alexa's going crazy through the whole house saying, motion detected at the front door. Okay, so those are all my pens. And down here, I have some older Prismacolors that I just have left there. I really want to do something with these. A wonderful subscriber sent those to me, and it was so kind of her to send those to me because I never had any of the older Prismacolors, but they are really super cool. They're not sharpened or anything, and so you can see they say Barrel on them. I think there's some from when Prismacolor was Barrel. Then there are a couple from when Prismacolor was Eagle. So this one I think is actually older than the Barrel ones. And then another subscriber sent me this one, and this is another older Prismacolor. And this one actually says Sanford on it, but it is much different than the ones that we have now. And then I always keep my little rock here, right usually next to my desk. My husband brought this home for me one day, and it just says Inspire on it. For those of you that don't know, I've lost over 150 pounds, and my other quote unquote job is a health coach and a personal trainer. And I help women lose weight, and I've been doing that for years and years until I had started this coloring thing. So now I do both, but that just means a whole lot to me. As well as this right here that I have up on the wall. She turned her can'ts into cans and her dreams into plans. I absolutely love that. I got that at Hobby Lobby, but that's a really good reminder for me. I like to keep reminders around my space so that I could just be reminded of all of the hard work that I went through to get where I am now. And then over here, I have my printer, and this printer is fantastic. So it's the HP OfficeJet Pro 8025. This printer is one of the best. I absolutely love it. But I had one of the very cheap ones that was just very, very simple, and it would not take my Spring Hill paper, and it wouldn't print well for me, and I was having all kinds of issues. So I went out and just got another printer, and I've been very happy with this one. So if you're looking for a really good printer, I'll make sure that one is linked down in the description box below. But it's really, really nice. And the tray is really big. So whenever I want to print just a PDF coloring page, I just stick my Spring Hill paper in there and I go ahead and print. And then of course it's got this little pull out thing so your paper doesn't fly onto the ground, and it is wireless. So I really, really like that. So that right there is my laminator, and I have that there because I have been homeschooling my kids for, gosh, I think I'm going on 20 years now. I think this year has been 20 years. But I am on my last one who has already graduated from high school, and he's in the college program right now. And so I really don't use that too often anymore. I don't know. I keep it because I may need it for something. We all need a laminator, right? And then here I just have this storage thing that I got from IKEA, and I'm not going to open that one up because that is just an utter mess. And a little secret about me, I am a gamer. And so I have a lot of my video games stored in there, but it's not very neat, so I'm not showing that. Okay, so let me see how far I could back up so you could see my little area over there. I've got all my pencil cases and everything stored right there. I've got that little mermaid sign up on the wall. I think that mermaid sign is actually meant for like a porch, but I don't live in Florida, so not anymore anyway. So I bought that for my office because I thought it would really fill that space there nicely. And then the top shelf right there has some books that I just haven't read yet. I think that little case right there, I think that actually has gel pens in it. And then I have over here my whole planner section. So these are all just my planners. You can see that I've got lots of washi tape in that up there. That is all of my planning stuff because yes, I'm into planning too. And that hole puncher that you see up top is a special hole puncher that is meant for those planners. And I also used it for when I homeschooled my kids because I would create all of their curriculum. And when I would create their worksheets, and all of that, then I would bind them and give them just like a little workbook to work out of. On my second shelf is where I keep all my fitness things or my reference material. So those are all magazines that are sent to me monthly from ACE because I'm certified with them. And then I've got some reference books right here. And then all of those books are books that I've just read or I needed to recertify for something. And then I've got my stapler and scissors and just your typical office supplies. I've got a bookmark up there and then some paper clips, and I love my colored paper clips. I use those to hold my spaces in my coloring books. And then when we come down to the next shelf, I've got just some printer ink back there, and then a little sign that my daughter gave me that says, "This grandma is fabulous." And then in those, I just keep some miscellaneous stuff. And then over here, I have my warmer. Y'all, it smells so good in here right now. I am burning peppermint hot cocoa because, you know, it's that time of the year and it smells so good. But I love to order the wax. I don't know if you could see that back there, but I think it's called Rose Girls. They have a Facebook group and a website. I just always go to the Facebook group to be able to get caught up on all of the recent things and the pre-orders and stuff like that. And then whenever I run out, I just get new wax, but I really, really love those. And then if we come down here, well, you could see my little heater down there on the ground. And that is just because I get very cold and sometimes I need a heater, especially this time of year. And then that over there, I just have that there because I had nowhere else to put it. And that is a Christmas present for my grandson. Okay, so I told you all that I was a little obsessed with mermaids. I've got little mermaid tails there on the doors, and behind those doors are all of my coloring books. Well, a lot of my coloring books. I have some stored in another shelf as well, and I'll show you those in a minute, but let's go ahead and move over here. So that case there is empty. I've got my little freshener bottle. I love like the sprays and stuff like that so that everything's always smelling good. I have these sitting here because I really didn't have a place for them, but this is a really good idea. I don't know if y'all saw my video where I showed these. I think it was like in, oh my gosh, one of my supplies hauls, but I use my scrunchies to band pens like this because it just keeps them all together. But those I got on a really good deal on Amazon. And then I've got my Bath & Body Works candle back there. And then here I just have a bunch of homeschool books that I've not gotten rid of yet. And then the SAT book because my son has not yet done his SAT. He's a little bit behind on that. Already in college, but not done his SAT. Does that make sense? Not really, right? So anyways, if you move down here, this is where and how I store all of my pencils. Those little holders down there are only in there just because that is where I used to have a whole bunch of books, and I just did a complete clean out of all of my homeschool books. And so I left those there, and they kind of help to hold my cases in there really nicely so they're not flopping around. So it only fit those 4 cases, and then so I've got the other ones up on top, and then I've got one of those wrap cases. I really love those for smaller sets of pencils. And then if you come down here to this one, I have another, I think this is, oh my gosh, it's open. What is this one? So those are my Derwent ink tents, and that is the perfect little space to keep those. This is another pencil case I got. Can y'all tell the theme? I love this color. So I have like stuck to only purchasing only certain colors of pencil cases that will fit in my space and match and coordinate because I just really love it that way. So y'all have probably seen this. This little bin here I got from Hobby Lobby. I absolutely love it, and y'all, it's the perfect color. But these are all my stickles, and that's how I keep them. Y'all know I love my stickles. And then I also use these for storage, these little mermaid bins. I don't know how many of you have seen me. I've shown these before, so I don't know how many of you have already seen this. Okay, so in here is just all the Timnit gel pens. So I could just reach in there and pull out a color if I need them, but they fit really nicely right in there. And then my stickles fit really nicely right on top of those. And now we're going to go ahead and take a look inside these doors. This is where I keep all of my coloring books. So let me just open both of these. But those are all of my coloring books, and I have them all in order according to artist or company as much as I possibly can. Sometimes they get out of order, but I try to keep them in order as much as I can. And I will just go through them like this so y'all can see. But that's my top row. I've got a lot of Jade's summer books. I believe that these here are all Hannah Lynn books. And these books here, I told y'all, I love Deborah Muller. I have more of her books than anybody else's, but this whole entire section here, from probably here all the way to here, is all Deborah Muller. And then I've got some Christine Karen over here. I have a Tatiana Bogima book there, but I have some others. Oh, and a Sherry Baldy, I think. But I have some others of hers on the other side in another bookcase, which I'll show you in a minute. And then this is Hannah Lynn. This is one of her artist books, and she sent that one to me. There is, I believe, a flip through and a review of that book on my channel. And then down here, I have Fairy Miracles by Kameliya Angelkova. That is the only one of her books that I have, because we all know it's very hard to get her books and you got to order them from Etsy. And I got lucky when she still had her books on Amazon. And so I was able to get that one, and I was so excited I ordered it when I did. I have a second copy of the same one because a wonderful subscriber sent it to me in the mail. And then I have a bunch of Maria Trolle books. You all know how much I love her books. And then my Hanna Karlzon books all in one section. And then I've got the Mermaids in Paradise and the Fairies in Dreamland. And then I have some of the Mermaids and Sea Creatures, those Pop Manga books. And then my Kerby Rosanes books, some mythographic books. And then I've got more, I'm out of order, y'all. I have more Kerby Rosanes books, and then I've got all my romantic country books, which I absolutely love. Those are my favorites. And then I've got several copies of all of the books of Johanna Basford, and you can see how far those go down. And then I've got some Debbie Muller books. I think that's how you pronounce her name, and my mom gave me that one, I believe. And then the last one way down there on the end is the Trolls coloring book. I bought that quite a while ago. And now we're down here on the last shelf, and I just keep my boxes because y'all know how much I love Crayola. But I've got the Crayola Colors of the World box. I've got still my empty box of the Crayola colored pencils, the 120 set, because I use this if I am doing a video or whatever and I need to be able to take a thumbnail. I really saved that just for that reason when I was doing a whole lot of Crayola stuff. So that is why I keep those in there. And I have the Flower Year coloring book. I've got my Grazia Salvo books. I have a ton of Ava Brown books because Ava Brown always sends me their books. And then here I have some Color It books. And then I told you all I was a gamer. So this is just some old books and all my Pokemon stuff. If you love Pokemon, you have to let me know in the comments below. But yes, I'm a little obsessed with Pokemon. I've got my Legend of Zelda collector's edition book there. And then I've got some Mandala Zentangle type books over here. I'm very into Zentangling, and when I first got into it, I bought quite a lot of books. And then I just keep all my drawing books over here in this corner. You can see that I've got Karen Campbell's Official Guide How to Draw. If y'all don't have that book is a fabulous book, and it will really help you to draw portraits. It's amazing. Okay, so now we're going to move over here to this wall, and over here on this wall I just have quite a few more coloring books. I actually just moved this shelf right here. This is from IKEA, but I just moved this into here because I was totally out of space. At the top here I've got quite a few different pencil sets. So I have my Castle Art pastel tint pencils here. And then I have my 240 color set. And y'all know how I feel about that tin. I love the tin, and that was one of the reasons I bought those pencils. But they are really good pencils, and I really enjoy them. I really need to get them in a case And I've got to get a lot of these in cases. But these are my 84 set of Neo Color. I absolutely love those. So if you've not yet seen the Neo Colors, they're absolutely amazing. That is what they look like inside the tin. And there are 2 trays in there. And then I have my Caran d'Ache Pablos. There's 120 in here. And that is what they look like. These are gorgeous pencils, y'all. But they are so out of order because I was using them, and I don't ever really keep my pencils in order when I'm using them. It's such a bad habit. That's why they all need to go in a case. But these are my Derwent Lightfast, and I love these too. Derwent actually sent these to me, and my set actually has a double of 2 colors, so it's missing 1 color. I need to order it open stock. But those are the Derwent Lightfast, and I really love those. These are super nice pencils. And then I've got my Caran d'Ache Portrait assortment here. And then underneath that, these are a mess. I don't even know if I want to open this one. Maybe this one's not a mess. So yeah, this one's not a mess, but that's my Caran d'Ache portrait set of the Luminance. And then I've got the 4 extra open stock that they came out with. I think it was like within the last year, but there's some gorgeous colors in this set. And these go down on the paper so beautifully. And then I have the big set of the Luminance. And there's 76 pencils in here. So once you add the other ones, you have, I believe, over 100 pencils. But those are my Luminance pencils. And then down here, I have a spare set of Prismacolors, and that is being used for replacements. I also have some other Prismacolor sets in my office because I use those up quite a lot more than any of my other pencils. And this is where I keep all my artist grade pencils. And then I didn't really have a place to put my Color pencils, so I just kind of stored those there on top. And then I got the pastel tint, and so I just stored those there on top of that. And then over here, I have my Black Widows. These are the ones that I actually just put all in color family order. And if you've not seen that video yet and you've got all of the Black Widow pencils, I will link that in the upper right-hand corner for you to check out. But this is the 200 case. This is the BTSKY cases. And these are my absolute favorite. As you can see, I've got all of them down there as well, and they're nothing but that brand. Like every one I have is from that brand. Even that one that I have like way down there, that is one of the cases that you can store 3 in a slot at a time. That one is also from the company BTSKY. And when I tried that one, I actually purchased that for a video where I showed you all another way to store your color combinations. I'll link that in the upper right-hand corner if I have room. But I used that case for that video. And so now I think I want to take that case and possibly put my Luminance in there. I've not decided yet. But I love these cases, and they're so super nice. And if you need a case to store your pencils, any pencil set, I highly recommend these. I have had them for so long, and they are in the best condition ever. And this is actually my work binder. I've got all kinds of stuff in there. When I do videos and I demonstrate things, I just take them, I stick them in there. It's a mess. I'm not going to open it up. Down under here, I just have coloring books. This is where I store my coloring books that come in the mail for companies that want me to show their coloring books in a video. On the bottom portion of the shelf, I just have some more coloring books. So over here in this one, I have A Million Sloths, and then I've got some of my Rita Berman books, I think. I've got my Dolly Parton book. Yeah, so these are all Rita Berman books. And then I've got my Dolly Parton book. Somebody shared that in my Facebook group, and I just had to have it. And then I've got my Forest Girl coloring books in here. I always like to call it Flower Girl. I don't know why. And then I have just some other coloring books in here. I've got this gorgeous book in here as well. It's a beautiful hardback book. And then I've got all my Color It books here, quite a few of them because Color It always sends me their books. And then over here, I have quite a bit more Ava Brown books. And over here, I have a bunch of the miniature books by Kameliya Angelkova. And these are just more Ava Browns here. These are all Ava Browns, all in here. And then these are Tatiana Bogima books. And I think that's what all of these are all in this area here. And then down here, I have the Sioux Color gel pens. And I've showed those before in another video. I think it was my my last supplies haul. Then I've got another box of Prismacolors here. And here I have Art and Fly 24 watercolor brush pens. I showed those in a supply haul too. It was my last supply haul. I'll link that in the upper right hand corner if I can. And then I showed these in a video as well. These are some Prismacolors that I really wasn't sure about. They just say Prismacolor Light Fast on them, and they are very different than any other Prismacolors I've ever seen. And then in here, I just have another one of those boxes that I get at Hobby Lobby. And inside, I just have, I believe, the Magic Fly pencils, and then I've got some Artezas that were extra that my kids had laying around, and I just threw all of those extra pencils in there. And then over here in this one, I keep all of my Spring Hill paper, and then I've got some marker sketch pads that Art and Fly sent to me. And then over here, I have my cart. And I got this cart at Michael's, but they have them on Amazon. They're absolutely wonderful. And so in my cart, I have a few things. I just got some little storage containers here that I store certain things in. This one here, I think I got in the Target dollar section. Look how pretty that is. I am all about the bling. Anything that's bling, I have to have it. But I got that in the dollar section at Target, and it holds all my brushes. And then this is a blender marker, and I have one of my Stabilo fine liners in there that probably needs to go back. And then I've got my Posca pens. So these are the colored Posca pens, and I really, really enjoy those. I use them for details in coloring books. And then I have a big bottle of gesso. And in here, I just have a few random things. Now this storage container here, this is actually just from a workout container, and I take off the labels and everything, and then I use them for storage. And I just find that they work really nicely. So I've got some Posca pens in here, my new favorite white gel pens. I've got my Art and Flies. The company sent those to me, and I was really weary that I wouldn't like them, but I did a video and showed you all these went down on the paper so smoothly right over Prismacolors. I was really, really surprised. I'll make sure I link those down in the description box so that you can find them. And then here I've got all my acrylic paints, and then I have a couple glitter ones. So this is called Glitterific, and I've got it in that color. And then I have this color here. Is that not gorgeous? And then I just have some individual acrylic paints, and I like to use those sometimes for backgrounds and sometimes for projects with my kids or my grandkids as well. And then in here, look at this mermaid case. Is that not the coolest pencil case? I absolutely love it. I got this in Walmart so long ago, but I actually in here store my Faber-Castell gelatos. So it is just full of gelatos, and there's only a couple of the sets in there. I do not have them all. This is just a little mermaid sticker I bought because I was going to stick it on something, and I never did. And then this here, I believe goes, yeah, this is for the metallic, Paul Rubin metallic watercolors, and it's just happens to not be inside its case, which is down there. And then this right here was for a video that I did just showing light source and highlights and shadows. I could link that if you would like to see that. And then I just have one of the little palettes here for watercolors. And I also have the palette from Caran d'Ache as well. And I actually just got this not too long ago, so I've not even opened it yet, but I bought that to use with my Neo colors. And then I have this sponge here. And so that is for, I like to use that for backgrounds sometimes when I'm coloring. And then I have the full blenders by Caran d'Ache because they were getting ready to be discontinued. And so I just purchased some more. So I just put those there for whenever I may need them. And most of you know that I don't use blenders too often, but when I do, those are the ones that I prefer. And then if we come down here, I've got more pencil cases, and I keep these over here kind of hidden underneath because they're pink and purple. And before I had my office all this color, I had purchased other colors, but these I think are Arteza. Okay, so yeah, the pink pouch is actually my Artezas, and then the purple pouch is my Spierfarben. Aren't those so pretty? I love these pencils. They're really, really beautiful. The actual pencil itself and the barrel. And then here I have the Paul Rubin metallic watercolors, but they are so beautiful. Like, look how gorgeous these are. Look at that tin. But that's what they look like inside the tin. And then it just closes back up like this. I just love the pink color. It's so pretty. And then I just fold these over like that. I've not had a chance to do anything with these yet, but I really need to try them out on a coloring page. And then going back up here, I've got my brown case that I use that just has a bunch of pencils in it. This is my drawing kit. I love this bag. This is by Derwent, but this is what the inside looks like. So it's just a bunch of things that I would use for drawing when I decide to sit down and draw. Okay, so let's see what else we have in here. This is another one of my wrap cases. Okay, so this is just more Prismacolors, but I love these wrap cases. Look at that. I believe that this is the 36 set of Prismacolors. That is what I started with when I first started coloring. I never had the 150 set. Let's see what we have down here on this bottom shelf. So these are the Kameliya brush markers, and I did a review on these on my channel, so if you want to see that, I'll try to link that. But most all of these markers, the Ohuhu and the Kameliya, they always come in a fairly nice case, but this is what they look like. And I really like these, but I like the Ohuhu better now that I have the Ohuhu ones. And I only mean that about the actual brush markers, because I have found these to leak a little bit. After doing my review and using them for a little bit longer, I had a couple, I don't remember what color it was. Yeah, see? So they leaked quite a bit, but it might only be this one marker. But if I were to pick some brush markers, I would go with the Ohuhu ones. And these are my Kameliya that have the bullet nib on them. They don't have a brush tip. These were the first markers I ever got. I think there's like 80 something in here, but I do absolutely love those. Those are my first markers, and they're really, really nice. And then I have here my Derwent Chroma Flow pencils. I also did a review on that. Any of these reviews, if you want to see any of these things, you can do a search on my channel and you will find them. There's a little search bar at the top of my channel if you go to my videos, and you could search my channel for any tutorial that you're looking for, any review you're looking for. But this is what they look like in their case. And there are only 24 of them, and this is the biggest set. I believe they come in a 24 set and a 12 set. And then these are my Staedtler Ergosoft. A wonderful subscriber sent these to me, and they are beautiful. But that is what they look like inside their tin, and they're a little bit out of order because I was using them. But they're beautiful pencils, and I love the way that they feel in your hand. And then I have over here too the Koi I Noor Magic pencils, and another wonderful subscriber. Y'all are awesome, you really are. But another subscriber had sent these to me because she wanted to see a review on these and see what I thought of them. So that review is on my channel as well, and that's what these look like. These are absolutely beautiful pencils. They're just really big, and they're triangular, and they're wide. They're different. So it has 3 different colors that come out of the tip of the pencil. If you could see the core, you could see that there are different colors in there. I have my set of Castle Arts, and again, I'm trying to do this with one hand, so it's very difficult. I should have a tripod for my phone, but I don't. Because I don't usually film videos like this. But these are my Castle Arts, and I have the ones in the case. I believe I have the ones in the tin too, but I don't even know what happened to them. And I found these on a really good deal on the Castle Art website, so I had to order them because it was just too hard to pass up. And I think that's what happened. I couldn't find the ones I had in the tin, and so I reordered a set of Castle Art. Okay, so that is the bottom shelf of my cart. And then under my desk right here, I keep my MacBook. And does the bling and the color surprise you? Probably not. But that is my MacBook. That's what I use for all of my editing. I don't use my PC anymore because I prefer the editing program on the iMac better, and I want to be portable with my editing in case I just need to sit by my husband or do something else while I am editing and not feel closed up here in my office. And over there I have my Ohuhu brush markers, and those are amazing. And those are there because I really have no other place to put them. And of course they're laying on their side because you should always lay your markers on your side. And then laying on the top of them right there is the skin set. I believe it's the 24 skin set, but I've shown those in videos before. And inside my closet, I have some more things stored. So I just have some boxes here. Again, I have that mermaid container that I love so much. And inside here, I just have some miscellaneous things. I've got my tiles for my Zentangle. I have my 10-pack of Neo colors. I've got my Inktense paint pan set. And I believe I did a review on that as well. And then I believe these here are refills for one of my gel pen sets. I think it's the refills for the Tamnet gel pens. And then over here, I just have all of the tins that I still have. A lot of my tins I've gotten rid of and thrown away. Down here, these are my Art and Fly pencils, and the pencils are actually in there because I don't have a case for those. And then I've got a drawing pad, and this right here is where I store all my drawing supplies, and I used to use it all the time when I would go to the coffee shop and draw, and it just has everything in there that I need, along with the drawing pad and some other things, my pencils and things of that sort. And then under here I have a whole nother set of the 150 Prismacolors. Then up here I have a 360 pack of gel pens, and those are the Shuttle Art ones. That's actually a really good set. Here in this case, I have the water brush pens that I was sent by a company, and I had no place to store them, so of course they're in the closet. And up here, I've just got some miscellaneous pens. I think this is my Stabilo fine liners, and then my Mungyo pastels, which I absolutely love. And then up in here, I have all my Jane Davenport pastels, and there's 3 of those. And then I've got my other pencil sharpener that I'm not using right now. If you saw my video review with those pencil sharpeners, I had reviewed this one and did a comparison with this one and the electric one. And I really prefer, well, they're both electric, but this one is operated by batteries and is just much smaller and more compact. And for my desk, I prefer having the bigger jar link. And then this I did a review on as well. This is a really cute little pencil sharpener. I just don't like to keep it on my desk. And then this is my AF mat that I really don't care for. I don't know. I know a lot of people really like that one, but I have not had much luck with it. So I put that in my closet because I'm using the jar link right now. And here I have some more markers. So those are the Art and Fly 12 brush markers, and those are the skin colors. And their markers are actually refillable like the Copics are. And then down in here I have my Polychromos. This is the 60 set of Polychromos that I started with, and those have never come out of their tin. I used those a whole lot when I first started coloring. And then these are the Crayola Signature that I have stored in there, and I believe there are, oh my gosh, I can't remember. I think there's 36 in there. And then here I have the bright set of the Tombow dual brush pens. I really love those. I use those for journaling. And down in here I had my Jane Davenport journal. I use this quite a lot. So this book just has really nice watercolor paper in it, and I use that whenever I want to draw and pull out my watercolor pens. I also have the Jane Davenport watercolor pens. Her mermaid markers is what she calls them, but I have those as well, and I really love those. And I think that might be all over here. I do have some things down in here. My Prismacolor watercolor pencils, and then some palettes and stuff, and some water brushes, and just some other miscellaneous things that I don't use all the time. And then here I have my fixative for when I want to use pastels, like my Mungyo pastels up here on a background or something on a coloring page. So I have that as well. And then here I have the Doll 166 pencil sharpener. I've not done a review yet on this one. Doll sent this to me, and I think I've reviewed everything else they sent me, including their paper cutter. And then here I have the Doll 155. I definitely did a review on my channel on this one. And then here I have the Derwent Super Point pencil sharpener, and I leave this one in here because I just do not use it very often, and I have pencil sharpeners that I prefer. I find that this one actually puts marks and indentions on your pencils. It did it to a couple of my Prismacolors, so I was not very happy with that. So that just stays in there. But that's just the few things that I keep here in my closet. And it's a lot of things that I don't use, but some of them I do use, and I just grab them when I need to. I just really don't have the room in my office to be able to store all of these things. And until I get another bookshelf, this is my only means of storage. And then we come over here to the top of my desk, and I've just got my Prismacolors over here. And this is what the inside looks like. These are just all extras of the colors that I use the most often. And then we've got the grays and the greens. And these are all just in here according to color family. I don't have them in any specific order. I just have them in the order that I like. And I'm so familiar with the Prismacolors, I don't feel like I need to have them in any kind of exact order because I know exactly what color is what to pull. I always know if there's a color missing. I am just very, very familiar with my Prismacolors. And then under here, I just have some scrap paper. I always like to keep scrap paper off to the side when I'm choosing colors. And then I just have this adorable little notebook here that a subscriber sent to me. I love Happy Planner, but this is just a cute little notebook. I could put color combos in here. I could really do whatever I want in here. I could use it for a bullet journal. And then back here I have my Vera Bradley case for my reading glasses, which I need to use more often now than usual. And then of course I've got my Alexa. It's really helpful. Sometimes it's a little annoying, but most of the time it's helpful. I have a little candle here that my daughter gave me, and I got that adorable little bunny that's hanging off the side in Bath and Body Works. And then I just have some plugs and things like that I use for different things for filming and things of that sort. And then I have some more containers here. This one over here, I keep a lot of my gel pens. I've got my Pentel gel pens in there that I really, really love. And then I've got some Jelly Roll you can see over there. And then I've got my glitter pens. I've got this little fancy pen that I had to have that it's all rose gold and has a gorgeous diamond on the top. I got that on Amazon too. I love that pen. And then over here I have a ruler. Sometimes I use this. This actually, I believe, came with a Happy Planner, but I actually use this sometimes for videos when I am making worksheet type things to show like blending techniques and things like that. And then I have just some fine liners in here. And what else is in here? I've got my correction tape down in there. And then I just have one of these Micron pens. This one is a 0.05. And then over here, I just have an additional place to plug in USBs and things like that. So when I'm in here working, I could have a place to put my Apple Watch or plug in my phone. This over here is all stuff for filming. This right here is a remote control for my big box light right there. And it has different settings on it. So you can see it's got like white, then it's got cold, then it's got warm, and then it's got 20, 50, and 100. So it makes it really nice to be able to film with depending upon what time of the day it is. And then this is what I use to transfer all my data. Once I film, I use this to be able to transfer whatever I filmed with my camera to my MacBook. I've got some little Post-its here for when I want to take notes or when I come up with video ideas. I have another one of those little containers here that I put just miscellaneous things in. You can see I've got an SD card in there, and then I've got another ruler, and I've got a couple erasers. This one here has very quickly become a favorite. And then I've got a couple Prismacolors down in there, I think. And then that right there is a fan. It's a rechargeable by USB fan. So sometimes if I get a little bit overheated, I have a fan just sitting right there by my desk. And then this Jarlink pencil sharpener right here, this has very quickly become a favorite of mine. As far as electric pencil sharpeners go, this thing is amazing. It's rechargeable. It stops when it's supposed to stop. It works really well with my Prismacolors. And if you leave it on number 3, it actually performs perfectly. I wouldn't use it on anything else, just 3 if you have this pencil sharpener or if you plan on picking one up. And I will have that linked down in the description box below as well. Here's my doll 133. Y'all know how I feel about that. That is my absolute favorite in the entire world pencil sharpener. So for a hand crank, this is my favorite. For an electric pencil sharpener, this is now my favorite. And the company sent me this one, and I am so thankful that they did. I am so thankful I finally decided to go ahead and try out an electric pencil sharpener. And then down here, I just have some more storage for my videos. And then this right here, I have saved this so that I could take a look at this with you all, and I wanted to go ahead and include this in this video. It is used to store all of your craft supplies, and I'm going to go ahead and unbox this and show you how this works. And so you can take a look at it and decide if this is something for you. But the company is Molly Ollie, and they did send this to me so that I could review it on my channel, but I thought this would be a really great video to go ahead and add this in there. So I did not mention this right here, but that is my new favorite blanket. And when I'm just sitting there in my chair at my desk and I get a little chilly, it is just so perfect. It is a Pioneer Woman blanket. I got it. Actually, my son got it for me. My 17-year-old son got it for me for my birthday, which was very recently. And look at those colors. Is that not just absolutely gorgeous? It's so soft and so cuddly. So when I get a little chilly and I'm sitting here in my office, I could just wrap it around me. It is so, so nice. I don't know if y'all are like me, but I just love cozy, cuddly things. And I'm sure many of you do too. And when you're coloring, it just feels good to be kind of wrapped up, especially if it's nighttime and you're just sitting in your coloring space and you are a little chilly. It's absolutely perfect. And then one other little storage idea that I really wanted to share with you is this little canister here. These are just the small little mason jars, and I've just recently started using these and I absolutely love them. They are perfect for just holding whatever pencils or whatever it is you're using. I got my little brush in here and I have this sharpener in here, but they are perfect to keep just whatever pencils or whatever it is you're using for any one coloring project. And so I'm probably going to go ahead and get more of those. I think those are the 8-ounce ones. Okay, and then I thought it would be really cool to show y'all this and how I set up. But you can see I've got my box light on. It's on 100% white. And then I've got my camera there hanging over what I'm going to be filming. And then I have that other light over there. And I can show you this, but it's actually propped up on some books. And that lighting also has different settings on it, so I could turn it brighter or lighter or whatever I want to do, as does the big box light over here. But you can see that I've got the Molly Ollie that I am going to show you laying right there on my desk. That's always generally where I film. And then I have my microphone up there. And I've not used that recently. I use that more when I am doing my private coloring classes. When I'm doing my private coloring classes, I actually use that camera there. And so I've got 2 views. I've got this camera here and this camera here. And so this camera, the little web camera, I got that on Amazon, and that will show my face with the software that I have in my computer. And then this camera will actually film whatever it is I'm doing down here when I'm demonstrating whatever it is I'm demonstrating in class. And then I use that microphone for my classes, because when I hook this one up to go live, it actually loses its sound. So I need that microphone to work with the camera. And so that was all a whole lot to be able to set up, but thank goodness I have a 17-year-old son who was able to help me out with that. And after he showed me how to do it all, I just kind of picked it up and I'm able to do it all now by myself. But it took a little while. You could see, like, I've got this cord right here that goes to my camera. It actually gives my camera power. It has the little flippy out thing here so I could see what I'm recording. Gosh, this camera is the Canon. I cannot even remember now. I'm going to put it up in text when I edit the video, but it's a super, super nice camera. I had to get that one when I had my original camera. When I first started doing YouTube, I had a camera that was a hand-me-down camera that was very, very old that my husband gave me, and it did the trick for a while, and then it just went kaput on me, so I had to get a new camera. And so let's go ahead and take a look now at that Molly Ollie craft holder. Okay, y'all. So we're going to go ahead and unbox this together, and we're going to take a look at this. And I actually have something that is almost just like this. Now, they advertise this on Amazon as being able to use it in quite a few different ways. Like, they have it where you can use it as a diaper bag. You could use it for your knitting supplies. And it has many, many different uses. So let's go ahead and open it up. And it is a little bit stiff because I am just opening it. Oh, wait a second. Okay. So see, we're taking a look at this for the first time together. So it looks like you can actually take these and adjust them however you want. So if I wanted to do this, okay, and then I stick that in there like that. And then this one goes like this. And then it Velcros over here. And that makes it so you can create the different sections. There are pictures on Amazon. I'm going to go ahead and link this down in the description box below. But there are pictures on Amazon showing you all the different things that you can do with this. But yeah, if you have grandkids and you want to be able to purchase something for your grandkids, like little ones that are still in diapers, this would be a great thing to use. But it's also really good for your coloring supplies if you wanted to use it for that. They also show it on Amazon being used for knitting. And look, it has these little things in here like you would get in a pencil case, and you could actually store markers, Posca pens, pencils. Let's see how the markers actually fit in there. Let me see how many I could fit in one slot. Okay, so in each slot I could fit 2. Okay, so the markers, I don't know. Yeah, the markers are not going to work in there because they're too tall. These are the Ohuhu markers. Okay, so those markers are not going to work in there, but you could probably put pencils in here as well, or store other things. Like you could put your erasers in here. You could even store your phone in here if you were taking this out with you. You could set this next to the chair that you color in. It would be really convenient because if you're like me and you need your glasses when you're coloring, you could slide your glasses in there. And you could even, if you were trying to be mobile with your coloring and you didn't have an actual space where you sit and you were doing it in a chair, you could stick your doll 133 in here. And if you are like me and you have these little containers, or any little container, these fit in here nicely as well. So you could even just take the things off of your normal coloring area and you could store whatever you need in here. And this has really nice straps, so you could actually carry it with you. Okay, so I went and grabbed the Forest Girl coloring books because I just wanted to be able to see if coloring books fit in here. Oh my goodness, look at that. They fit in there absolutely perfectly. So you could take your coloring books and you could put some coloring books in here. You could take this and use it as a travel type thing if you wanted to take your coloring and you were going to go hang out with a friend. But everything just fits in there so nicely. You could put your doll 133 in there. You could put your pencils in there. I've got a pencil case here, and the pencil case fits in there so nicely. Look at that. Okay, so I think I really like it now that I'm looking at how it could actually work. But it does have another pocket over here to slide more things. So if you wanted to put other things in here, you could. This one has a zipper on it if you wanted to just use this not for pencils, but to put your wallet or your cell phone in the side here. You can also do that. But that is really, really cool. So if you're interested in this, I will make sure that this is actually linked in the description box below. But you could fit a whole lot more in here than just what I'm showing you. You can see all of the extra space that's in here. And then if you wanted to use it just as a completely open space, you could also take these out. And you could probably just take one out and just leave it as a half and half divider. Or you can put this one in here and you could have the 3 different spaces. and then you've got the zipper over here, and you've got the little open pocket over here. And then in the front, you actually have 3 more open spaces to be able to fit things. Let's see if there's anything else on the other side. Yep, on the other side, there's also 3 more open spaces. So you've got a lot of storage in here, and this could be something that just sits by the chair where you color, so that you could just grab for whatever you need. It could be something that you travel with, and it could even be something that you use for another craft. You could use it for a knitting basket. You could even use it just to store things in your crafting closet if you wanted to do that as well. So those are just some ideas. And then if you had kids, or you have very small kids, you can also use it for a diaper bag. But it has plenty of space in it to be able to use for traveling, or just from going from one place to another, getting in the car and how to take the kids somewhere. Even if you wanted to take the kids to the park, you could probably use this as well, just to store in it everything you needed. Okay, y'all, so that was my coloring space tour, and I hope that you enjoyed it. I really enjoyed filming this. It is long overdue. Very long overdue, but I hope you really enjoyed this video. And if you did, please give it a thumbs up. And if you're not already subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe to my channel. All of the things that I could find that I could link in the description box below, I will do it. But there was a lot of stuff I went through, and I don't know if I'll be able to get everything down there. But I will have some of the most important things that I showed you in this video. If you enjoyed this video, please do give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. And I will see you in the next video. Happy coloring. Bye.